Sponsored by Skanks. What's happening, people? You're tuning in to Comedy by Coincidence. This is episode 109. We big chill. Okay. What is happening, everybody? We're having technical issues. Oh my god. What?
Yeah, technical issues.
Why is this happening? Why does it always happen to me? Like, it sounds like I'm joined by Ty Young. Am I joined by Dr. Evil too? It's dark in here.
Yes. Kind of.
Why can't I see?
I'm here, man. I'm here. You know I'm here.
It's like I can't see until they get the camera going. What is going on? What the heck? What the heck? And 3, 2, 1. Work for me. What's happening, people? It's Comedy by Coincidence with your boy Chris Davis. I'm joined by my favorite comedian over there.
I'm Ty, and I can't tell if Chris was bullshitting that bit or not.
And you never will.
You never will, doggy. It was going to be cool, but I fucked it up. Anyways. Per the usual, I messed it up. So.
No worries. I just had to. I don't know. I was smelling some shit, so I had to call it out.
Well, it's not like. I mean, you must be talking to our viewers then, because smelling the. Anyways.
Hey, sorry to cut you off. Skanks. Is that on the banned list? Because I said fuck earlier, so we already ruined this episode towards whatever the YouTube rules or whatever. But is Skanks on the banned list?
No, it's not on the ban list. We can. Skanks is definitely not. You think we can't say that?
No, I know we can say it, but does it like
count?
Is it
slur?
against the rules of the YouTube gods?
Nah.
Of the moment, you know?
Nah, we're fine, dude.
Okay,
we're fine. It's not like we're gonna get blackballed any more than we already were.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Was just thinking about it.
Welcome to Comedy by Coincidence, everybody. Your boy here has had a long, fruitful weekend relaxing at the lake. How have you been, dude?
I traveled to Washington, D.C. I'm in that region now. Here for work.
It's a little early for the January 6th reenactment.
Yeah, just a little. You know, I thought I'd get the rehearsal in early, just in case. Just in case people got suspicious. So I did start down by the mall and worked my way towards Congress, so it was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Today.
No, you're responsible for the government shutdown that happened this weekend. So
The government shutdown. I have no idea. I was too busy running around Washington D.C. Ignoring the scooter to tell me to avoid the sidewalks because no, fuck you. You want me to drive a scooter, an electric. You've seen these electric scooters around St. Louis,
yeah,
right?
big time.
They're all over Washington D.C. You want me to drive one of those in the streets where people are legally allowed to run me over because of diplomatic
Here we
immunity?
go again.
You want me to ride my bicycle in a city full of people not from here who got a piece of paper that says they can drive here, and then like cooperate with each other on the road to make sure I don't die. I'm not known for looking backwards, and every time I do, I swerve to the left. So I'm hitting them sidewalks, and I'll run over a nice old lady. I'm not getting creamed by a car again. And I know that rant, there's a lot of trigger words and sentences and phrases in there. And it was not meant to be that way, but it came out that way because the drivers around here suck. Like I counted 4 cars today that didn't know a line existed and was driving split lane down the highway. The DC U-turn is a well-known thing where, it doesn't matter if the sign's there or not. You're going to just flip a bitch whenever you want.
And how put it in St. Louis driving terms for me, 1 to 10. How similar are the drivers to St. Louis drivers?
Worse. Like you guys say, all right. So this has been something we needed to talk about for a while.
Okay.
But before we get into this, how was your day? Because I don't want to forget. Your week. You said you had a nice time at the lake.
You want to make sure I'm in
Was
a
that
good
it?
mood before. Trust me, I'm doing all right now. You can hit me with some St. Louis hate, and I won't flip shit on you.
Okay,
This
good.
is the time.
Because this has been a long time coming, right? St. Louis drivers are not that bad. All right, they're not like, they cut you off, they forget their turn signal, but that's kind of a universal like city thing nowadays.
Yeah, they run every red light in the city because the Metro PD. Here's the deal: Metro PD doesn't enforce traffic stuff in the city. Okay, they got bigger shit to deal with all the time, and they've got their funding so much. They're not reporting on any traffic violations specifically. You gotta have a serious problem for Metro PD. So people be running red lights like nobody's business, and people just be dying every day from getting hit, T-boned in city intersections right now. That's why I don't.
It makes sense. It makes sense. St. Louis has dissolved as such a city that they're operating on Puerto Rico rules where you do not stop at red lights because you will get carjacked.
That used to just be East
It
St.
makes
Louis.
sense
now it's the full
to me.
City, dude.
But no, it's like on the highways and stuff in St. Louis, you're not that bad. It's your typical idiocy.
Everybody's going 90 and a 60. And
the speed limit doesn't matter.
And here's the deal.
Has.
We've had never-ending construction on our highways since I've been alive, okay? It's like, when you know what I mean?
That's the last mob scan. Like, the politicians, see, this is
the never...
We're going to cover a lot of ground because this is a conspiracy theory I've been dreaming up. And I think it's true. It might be true. It sounds plausible.
I think I know where you're going. I'm with you.
The mob, the Italian, the outfit, right?
Okay.
All right. So they used to basically control everything, right? They have on record bought and sold politicians left and right back in the day, right?
Right.
Okay. Yep. Bring on the chain. I'm preaching the choir here, right? Okay.
Talking about
but
my
then
people.
The politicians, they realized that the mob's taking a lot of cheddar off the side, right? They're making bank over there, and why can't they get a cut? So they created the RICO charge, right?
Right.
So the politicians created the RICO statute just because they felt like their slice of the pie wasn't big enough, and it fucked up the mob, right? Left and right. But like the politicians, they remember who their good friends are, and they left the construction to the mob. So, like, all the roads, all the buildings that never are done, all that shit, yeah, that's just the government handing out money, making sure that the guys who helped them out in the past and no longer part of the system are making sure they it's a retirement, it's their pension.
I could see it, but my thing is, it's more to do with elections. Okay. Yeah.
What? So, like, it's
specifically local
every-
elections.
Local elections?
We don't think too heavily on the local elections. Everybody's too focused on which of the two guys that you vote for that your vote doesn't count for is going to make it in the big house, right? But nobody thinks about the local elections, and the local elections keep that fucking they never finish the traffic work and use it as their another thing to run on because everybody's sick of it. You know what I mean? And the promise is, I will finish the construction on I-44. I promise you. I promise you we'll get Big Bend back open. You know what I mean? And is it going to happen?
Wait.
Is it going to happen, though? No. Because that's just another thing for them to run on next year.
No.
Anyway.
That's not I-44. That's Interstate 44, US 44, right?
Yeah.
That is a federal project.
Yeah.
That is a federal project.
Yeah.
That guy right there was never elected. He was hired. The guy in charge of, like, the Department of State or Infrastructure or whatever it's called, most of those people in there, except maybe the head, who was given the job by somebody who was given the job from the president, were hired to do those jobs.
I love how both of us, this is turning into part of the problem with Dave Smith. But yeah.
But anyway, let's get back to the original point. DC drivers are worse than St. Louis. All right?
I believe
Nobody on St. Louis lasts very long doing split lanes on the highway. Why? Because his tire gets shot off, right? They deal with the problem. In DC, you can't do that, right? So you just got to sit behind him for fucking 4 miles, just watching him swerve in between two lanes, making sure you don't get hit. Why? Because you're not allowed to shoot his tire off. You know, they have these annoying thing called rules and laws here.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to just let him careen all over the road instead of just putting him into the wall. And then the U-turn, I already mentioned, anywhere they can, they will. But we're also close enough to New Jersey that you do see the Jersey exit. All right? The Jersey exit is everything's going good. You're cruising down the highway. You see your door at the last second, and then you careen over and
all
exit.
6 lanes, yeah.
Just missing the end wall by mere feet. And you're just careening into traffic because you got to make that exit. Otherwise, you're fucked and you're going forever out of your way. You added 30 minutes into your trip if you don't get that exit.
I know that. That's Chicago driving too. Yeah. And if you mix that exit, bro, that's another 45 minutes.
Exactly. So fuck the woman with her baby in the car. You're going to make that exit. You know what I mean?
Have you hit any DC souvenir shops?
Negatory.
That's one thing I always remembered about DC. I only went once with my mom and my Boy Scout troop when I was young. And I went and saw as many of the they did a great job scheduling it out so that we could hit as much stuff as possible, monuments and museums and shit.
Okay.
But what I really remember about that trip is the souvenir shops, because we hit probably 5 of them. They were always dark. They always had a shit ton of flat bills at the time and the T-shirts. I got Calvin and Hobbes Washington, D.C. T-shirt. I'm probably the only motherfucker, but...
So, based off of that, you dated this yourself by mentioning Cabin and Hobbes. You're looking at 2002 to 2004, maybe?
I think you're just 1 year off. I think it was 05.
05?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
That's before souvenir shops really hit their stride with Chinese merchandise. I got to be honest.
Yeah, dude. I'm going to be real. I'm right there with you.
you know, I've been everywhere nowadays, and the souvenir shops have figured out what
Evolved.
lights are, and they've
Yeah.
figured out how to cram in a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can almost get anything with your name on it from anywhere now.
Yeah, right. You can get a dead shark with your name in the middle of it on its gut. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
In
And I
from
bet you
nothing.
they have it in Finland.
Big time.
It's like you know, the souvenirs, they just figured out what people, all right, what do Americans collect? You know, like take
cheeseburger recipes.
burger recipes. Okay, you know, that's a solid one.
Oh,
But, like-
casserole recipes.
All right.
Cheesecake
so that-
recipes, dude, for sure. Ice cream recipes.
Okay, so you're just talking about like suburbia shit, but like when you go on vacation, what do you
people
get to
collect?
signify your vacation? You get like a shot glass, a sticker, a patch, a pen, you know, something small, lightweight that you can shove on the shelf and
The
forget
thing-
about
Coffee
forever.
mug.
The thing I was about to say, like, yeah, coffee mug's a good one. The one I was thinking of was going to get me in some hot water. And I'm like, okay.
Dildos. Just say it, dude.
No. I steal relics
Big
from
swamp.
every national park I go to.
Dude, I piss on every dead civilization I come across. We all have our thing. I
We
get
all
it.
have our-
You steal a rock, I make new watermarks, you know?
Yeah, dude.
That tomb had a little bit of water in it when I left. Let's just leave it that way.
Yeah, I try to get a coffee mug from every big vacation I go to because that's me, you know.
Now, do you pay for this coffee mug or do you steal it like some people I know?
I have accidentally jacked a coffee mug once or twice. Definitely on accident though, not on purpose. There was
Okay.
one time, literally, I was in KC. We went to a really kick-ass concert. We were trying to walk back from the concert to our hotel room and like get some food. It's super late. The only place open, what was it? It was like this pastry coffee shop thing.
Yeah, it was like a bakery.
We got 2 cookies and like maybe some drinks or something. We got our drinks. We grabbed a bag that we thought was our cookies on the counter, and it was a coffee mug birthday present thing. Like,
Oops. Okay. I'll take that for the win, you know?
yeah,
You know.
yeah. That was, and it was KC themed, so I got a KC. Anyways, you get my drift, right? So
Yeah. So you got coffee mugs. I know some people that do that. You know, I've done patches and stickers for a while.
posters are fun.
Yeah.
I'm fond of magnets personally.
Yeah, magnets are cool.
I never had a fridge worthy of magnets, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
So we were about the
yeah.
souvenir shops in St. Louis. I didn't go into any today. I did some. I mean, like DC. It's honestly, the closer you are, it seems to me, the closer you are to the mall, the Washington Mall, where everything's at, all the historical stuff.
Yeah.
The nicer it is. Once you cross the Potomac, that's once again kind of rich people land. That's a lot of estates, a lot of houses. You know, that's suburbia land. But going north on DC, the further once like actual Washington DC, the closer you are to the White House, the nicer it is.
Okay. Have you hit any? Well, have you hit any monuments or museums or anything?
I saw the Washington monument today. I did not approach the Lincoln Memorial, but I did see it with the lawn. And then I had several errands to go run. A mysterious thing happened to me where 5 days ago, the hearing in my right ear just fucking diminished.
Like entirely?
It's everything's muffled. So
Okay.
I'm leaning towards earwax. I have a scope thing to dig things out, but it
Nice.
seems like
Gross.
it's still wet stuff, so I can't
Okay.
really snag at it and get it
Nice.
out. So I got some like
Good.
magic dissolving liquid. You know, I'm gonna basically potion black cauldron in my ear, and then dissolve the liquid in there. Dissolve the earwax and see if that helps.
Okay, so you stopped by Severus Snape. He gave you a little thing, and it's going to get rid of the earwax.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. Stopped at very serious Severus Snape.
The potions master. There you go.
Yeah.
Boo on me. I'm a nerd too. At least I didn't hop straight into Star Trek logic and shit. Anyways, your boy Fried. Yeah, I had a good weekend after a long stressful week. I'm ready for another stressful week. Hey, Forgiving Tree. We got show next. This is going to drop on Friday. That means you got time to come out and see us on Sunday, because we're playing at Sky Music Lounge in Baldwin, 10/8. So October 8th. That's actually my mother and my grandmother's birthday, and they'll both be there. Wish them a happy birthday. Do it. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it, bitch.
What a horrible birthday for your grandmother.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's her birthday. She's out celebrating, and then all of a sudden, oh, fuck, I got to go to the hospital. Sounds like a horrible birthday. I'm just saying.
Well, she likes going to the shows at least. Like, that's cool.
Well, I mean, it was just that one birthday. Like, you know, I'm sure she was very happy with her present, but to me, it seems like a very painful experience to get.
What, a show?
Dude, your mother and your grandmother's born on the same day. I'm talking about
Oh,
the day
yeah.
your mother was born.
I'm sorry. Yes, I've thought about that so much throughout my life. But, ta-da! Ha-ha! Here's your child. Responsibility. Happy birthday. Responsibility. You know what I mean?
I mean, your grandmother was, I'm guessing, just ballparking, 70s, 60s type of mother, maybe 80s mother.
Yeah, 60s.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think it was a huge surprise to her.
No, very Catholic. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, get your head out of the gutter. I was trying to, if we can get back to the Forgiving Tree plugs.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Forgiving
the
Tree
gutter.
show, October 8th, your mother's and grandmother's day.
Sky Music Lounge, and it starts at 6:30. I think we play at 7:30. Might be later. We'll see. But if you're there, we're going to be partying. So come on out, have a great time, and listen to some Forgiving Tree music. You know what I mean? Sky Music Lounge, Baldwin, Missouri, October 8th, 6:30. We also got another show coming up. Let's see. Baldwin Snow Cone. We've said that place a lot lately. They love us. We love them. We're going to go back there and throw a Halloween costume party, single release show. Did you hear that, Ty?
Single release show, Halloween, Baldwin Snow Cone.
Yeah, and it's actually going to be
boy!
October 27th. So that's going to be the shit. So there's going to be a costume contest too. Whoever wears the dopest costume is going to get some Forgiving Tree merch. So definitely dress up. If you go to the nines with it, you might win some Forgiving Tree merch.
What if somebody dresses up as a tree?
That'd be lit. I mean, it's themed. You know, there's a very good chance we'll make a thing there. So come on out. That'll be October 27th. Baldwin Snow Cone. Forgiving Tree single release. Which also means, Ty, the single's coming out October 27th. Bitches. It's official.
Excellent.
We got dates. We got a show.
Now, can you tell us the name of the single?
It's going to be called Wild Child, man. That's the
Wild Child.
Yeah, bro. You're going to love it.
Okay. I'm guessing, based off of the name, it's nothing like Wild Child, right? No, Wild Thing. I'm Wild Thing. I'm thinking of Wild
Wild
Thing.
Thing.
It's nothing like Wild Thing, is it?
Fuck no, it's not.
Okay,
no,
that's
it's really good. It's really, really good. And Wild Thing is pretty awesome too, but it's kind of slow and drags a little bit. This is really fast and fun and rocking, and it's something you listen to on the road, baby. Same for
Wild Thing. Wild Thing belongs in one place only, and that's white strip clubs. Okay, that's
not
where
even
it
that.
belongs.
That poor stripper trying to dance to Wild Thing. It's like, here's the tempo of it. Anyways,
Make it
no
sexy,
stripper wants to do
seductive,
that.
and barbarian like. Come out in furs, a Viking helmet, fucking go at it nice and slow. I know my mother is very disappointed at me right now, but I'm just saying it belongs in white strip clubs. She stopped listening
to the podcast a long time ago. Okay, we love her. We love her. We hope she listens. If you do, hey, we love you. But I mean, she can't handle this smut. Look at that Bucky's shirt. How do you feel about Tom Segura stealing your Bucky's bit?
How do you feel about the spring?
Not bad at all because I dropped it. And I dropped it. I dropped my Bucky's bit because I know that that whole crew is talking about Bucky's or HEB or anything Texas related because they're excited to be in Texas. You know what I mean? So they're like, I heard Joe Rogan has a Bucky's bit and he's talking about it on stage, and I'm like, while I love the subject, I want to hear their take first, so I'm not stepping on toes.
You're right. I got you. And it is their home state, so you know what I mean.
Exactly.
What you finna do? So we can talk about Casey's though. We can talk about Casey's all day.
Best breakfast pizza in the land,
That's
motherfuckers.
fucking right. I'll back that up every day, and I almost stopped to get some today. I couldn't because I'm a broke, joking, half comedian musician fuck who couldn't pick some good careers to make some money to afford breakfast pizza. Woo! Woo! Okay, I'm sorry.
And I respect you for it every day.
Yeah.
I sold my soul to the company store, and I'm, moving 16 tons for it. So.
Yeah, you get to see the world a little bit and go do some.
Don't worry. There are benefits. There's nothing.
You wouldn't be doing it if there weren't some benefits in it for you, Bubba.
Oh yeah, dude. You don't move 16 tons without a good health plan. Let's put it that way. But I have a music semantic question for you. If we could get into it. I thought of it earlier today. What justifies an original versus a cover? You know what I mean? Like, today I heard there's a I Won't Back Down, original Tom Petty, right? I heard a Johnny Cash version, obviously cover, right?
Right.
But let's expand it off of the single person. Let's say, God forbid, George Harrison died from the Beatles, right?
He did.
You know what I mean? Like, that conspiracy theory is true. Or is it Paul McCartney died in the Beatles, and that conspiracy is true, right? Would every song they played after Paul McCartney tragically died in a car wreck in the countryside of England be a cover after that point on? You know what I mean? Like, if you change one original member of the band, is it a cover?
No, it's still original. It's still original.
It's still original. But when somebody says, this is the solo from Freebird, and they're playing it, they're covering it. It's the original.
You know what? Fuck. I think it's tough to say, man. It is tough to say. I would have to say you're kind of on the ball there. Like, it's not the original.
Does it depend on the people actually playing it to be the original, and everybody else who plays it, they're just covering it? Because there's been, you can play the guitar 1,000 different ways, and this is the outside understanding, right? You can get different sounds or whatever, and you can play the same thing different ways. You know what I mean? You could play a chord in the style of Motley Crue, and you could play the chord in the style of Aerosmith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Same notes and everything. But because different people in different organizations are playing it, does that make it
original or cover, right?
Yeah.
So I actually gotta go back on what I said. I think that you're right, that unless you have the full original lineup, it's a cover, dude. It's kind of a cover band or an iteration. You might come up with, but I think it's a little different too on, is it a band versus solo artist deal, right? But Kelly brought up a good point with the Lynyrd Skynyrd. And while I might think that the albums that Lynyrd Skynyrd released post Plane Crash are still Lynyrd Skynyrd, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not the same. Foreigner currently has only one surviving member of the original cast in it, and they're getting called a cover band too.
Yeah. Grateful Dead, they're moving. I hate to
ZZ
bash the
Top
Grateful
is
Dead,
not.
but they're moving that way,
Dead and Company at least labeled themselves not Grateful Dead, though, right?
Exactly.
Dead and Company called themselves something.
They understand it's a different thing now. Jerry Garcia isn't around.
What
I
are you going to do about Black Sabbath with Dio, though? You know what I mean? Is that Black Sabbath still, or? But
well, I think the organization lives on. Dropkick Murphy has had dozens of different bagpipe players and pianists and all that throughout the years. They're an Irish harder rock band, by the way.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They change up their lineup every year depending on who's available and whatnot.
Right.
But the organization still has its Dropkick Murphys, but when it comes down to a song and people covering it, you know what I mean? Like, is the at that point when you get into the land of covers, is the original just the original band members completely through and through? And then every time the band changes out members, it's now a cover, even though it's still their song. Is it still the original song?
You're thinking too much into it, because I'm going to have to agree with you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and a lot of it's going to come down to who you're talking to. Like, if you're just talking to a layperson, you're probably getting too technical for it to matter. Like, if the majority of the band or, like, creative songwriting force is still behind it, generally people probably still consider it an original, but you're technically right. Like, in the most concrete of terms, yeah, unless you have all the original members, it's probably going to technically always be considered a cover, but I don't think most people would call you
You're
on
not
it.
going to get paid as a cover band if you retain the name, you know what I mean?
And if you could argue reasonably that you are still the original band, predominantly.
Huh. I don't know.
Whereas Foreigner just has the bassist, you know what I mean? And it's like, I guess their guitarist is from the 70s too, but whatever. Anyways, no hate. I love Foreigner. I love the show they threw too. It was
yeah. I don't know. I guess I just got bogged down to the weeds of it because I just thought the thought interesting.
Well, tremendous. Direct all of your band questions towards me every once in a while. I'm here to answer them. And if you have a question, you, our listener, have any band questions about the semantics or what happens, the ins and outs of being in a rock band,
or if you want to fight us on it,
or if you just want to have a fucking fight in general, hit up the Comedy by Coincidence at gmail.com with your questions, and we will answer them on the podcast. We'll bring them up, baby.
A fight in general? Are you asking people to call out their nemesis in the comment section?
Yo, yeah, you want to talk shit on your boss or somebody you hate in general? Hit that comedy by coincidence at gmail.com while it's still there before the big rebrand. Let's do it. Yeah, dog. Yeah, I feel like holding the mic now.
Don't cup it.
Welcome to being a comedian, bro. I'm going to be honest. I once had the desk thing, but a lot of desks are moving to the thicker side, so I'm just getting used to holding the mic all the time now.
Yeah. No. It's going to be what it's going to be. No, actually, when I was trying to go do that open mic the other week with Matt, I practiced with the mic several times that day, and I was like, you want actually? I want to show you because you're on camera. You can see me. This is how I ended up standing like the whole time I was practicing because I like focused on my material. I don't know what
Yeah.
the hell it was, but I kept folding this arm into this armpit. And like I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't ever do that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to hear the educated college
Yes.
fuck you assessment?
Yes.
The amateur Monday couch quarterbacking solution to it.
Yeah, go. I'm here. I've told you yes.
You put your arm across your chest, closing yourself off to the audience because you're unsure of what's going on, because it's a new experience for you. It's something a lot of comedians do at their first time. They just end up holding their arms against their chest. It's a defensive tactic.
Okay, yeah, I straight.
You know what I
did
mean?
that
You
big
know,
time.
it's you don't know how your material is gonna go. You might say something spicy, and you're shrugging yourself in. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works because you're just you're a little soft spoken, a little timid, just like hi, my name is Ty. I like sucking on eyebrows. You know, you go into that weird side. That's where it works, where you're just all shrugged and you're like just admitting that you like licking your friend's eyebrows. You know what I mean? Like,
you got yeah. The body language revolves around the story you're given in that context.
Yeah,
right? It's helping it.
Mm-hmm. But it's a good starter stance, because when you're up there for the first time, it's the first time you're totally exposed, unless you have public speaking experience in the past.
How do you stand when you're up there?
It depends on what I'm doing. You know,
yeah.
There's some material where it works better if I'm more timid.
Right.
If I'm more standoffish about it.
I've seen it.
Other material, I need to fucking spread myself out a little bit, look a little bit bigger, a little aggressive, like just standing like, I know this is funny, motherfucker, and you're going to laugh type of stance.
Yeah.
Really, that's bravado. You know what I mean? That's all fake.
You go out there with that Joey Diaz machismo. Yeah.
So it's because it's all right. So you raised up Catholic, right?
Yeah.
All right. So your mother at one point in time said, "Don't judge a book by its cover."
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah. Every human, I don't give a fuck how long you've been on this earth, will judge a book by its cover the second they see you. Right?
Yeah. Big time.
So my opening, I'm gonna burn this material right now. My opening line when I'm in Europe, and this might be their first time ever seeing a American comedian do something live, is like, "Hello, I'm Ty, and I'm an American medium, and I'm standing as wide as I can, as big as I can, just like, yeah, this is how we look, this is what's going on." You know what I mean? And then I just start trash talking McDonald's. Something they consider a luxury. McDonald's is a luxury dinner in some places in Europe, and I trash talk it till the end of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I'll switch up, and then I'll shrink in, and I'll start talking about my COVID year or something. You know what I mean? So it's like a slow transition into each thing to kind of get the point, the emotion that you're getting across, while being funny all at the same time.
Right. That's tremendous. Hey, good stuff too. And hey, I just want to say, just looking at our numbers lately, you don't have to burn that material. You're good.
Oh, yeah, great.
You can keep it going. You're good, dude.
Fair point.
It's fine.
I'll see you guys in Europe.
Up.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hey, coming up soon. Watch it out for dates. Europe dates coming soon. Hey, do you have any dates you want to announce that you're excited about?
Monday. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I'm gonna try and squeeze it into the Uber situation, so we'll see. With the work and everything. But I'm gonna try and go to. I just looked it up. Hold on. Can you still see me? By the way, I'm looking.
Yeah,
at
I can actually.
Excellent. I love technology.
You look good.
It's Fairview's Lounge in Falls Church, Virginia.
Say it one more time.
It's a sign up on the night of type of engagement because I think I missed the DC has it's a weird mix where there's like it seems like only 5 or 6 venues that
Actually
do
open
like night of signups,
okay.
and then the rest is it's kind of like a Brisbane situation where it's slowly one organization's taking over it all the open mics and everything, and you got to sign up through them ahead of time, and then get vetted, and then move up in the organization type of deal.
Yeah.
Which is good because it allows comedians that are improving and getting better to get paid sooner. But it's bad for somebody that's starting out or just coming through town and all that. Because
Totally.
now, you know, you got to go through the rigmarole of, oh, well, you should have signed up 2 weeks ago. Sorry you didn't do that.
You had to have heard about our company a month ahead of you coming into town to even book a show. And if you're an out of town or just, you know,
ultimately it is my fault. It is my fault. I will say that I should have looked into it ahead of time. But at the same time, I'm trying to focus on the material I'm doing tonight. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing in Tampa. So,
hey, shout out to you. Hope you make it. Good luck. You got any other potentials coming up?
That's it. That's as far as I got in my research. So
you got any North American dates coming up?
North American dates.
That's viewers can get excited for.
I got. Let me think here. I'm going to back to Tampa for a week, so I'm going to be doing the shows at the usual spot, the gimmicks and all that.
Solid.
Then I'll be at Lake Charles, Louisiana. We'll figure that out when I get there. Unfortunately,
November 1st, right?
I will be in Lake Charles.
Thai babies.
Before that, the end of October, I'll be in Lake Charles.
Okay.
November 1st, I'm bouncing around the South, man. It's road trip time, baby. I'm bouncing around the South, working my way north, recreating Robert E. Lee's charge. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm going to bounce around, work my way north, drop into St. Louis, I believe, November 3rd or 4th, and I'm trying to score a date there. So there will be hopefully live podcasts coming up soon. Those episodes are always better. Everybody looks forward to those. Yeah. So
Torrentai.
Yep. Sorry to run you guys through the entire schedule, but that's where it is. I was trying to get to the point that Chris wanted.
No, that's okay. You sounded so excited before this show. I just wanted to make sure. Hey,
my excitement lasts until it's scheduled. Once it's scheduled and confirmed, then I'm like, excellent, it's gonna happen, and then I just move on to the next thing.
No, you're like, cool, it's gonna happen. Fuck, I have things to do.
Exactly. Like there's other shit to do. God damn it. I'm starting to feel like my father when he was going to school and working 2 jobs when I was growing up, and I was just being an annoying little prick. And he'd be like, I have stuff to do. I have so much to do. What do you need? You know what I mean? I'm starting to feel like my father. It's depressing.
Oh, man. Me too, dude. We do ultimately become our dads, our parents in general. And if that's the case, I'm going to turn into a dumpster diver who commits squirrel genocide. And
squirrel's good eating. I'm all for it.
Right, as long as it's not a shotgun, because then you're just like crunching your teeth on little pellets as you're trying to wake your way through it. But
no, you're just eating the Chinese way. Hey, they don't take the chicken out. They don't take the bones out of chicken. Like you got to eat carefully there. Same thing.
What was I going to say? Do you got a Savage of the Week this week?
Savage of the Week. It is my week. My Savage of the Week. I apologize. It was one of them unique savages I find on the headline pages.
Okay, you take a second to pull it up. Let me take a second to say thank you again, and shout out to Doug Brandmill from Luminal for coming on the show last week. We had an awesome little episode with him, Q&A in between him and Ty, and getting to learn more and do. Bro, it's always a blast when we can have a guest on. So, again, shout out to Doug for coming on. Love you, dude. Shout out to
Thank you very much,
Luminal
Doug.
for being awesome, kick-ass band in general, and rocking so much. And make sure you give them a listen. Back to Ty.
The story has it's disappeared. I don't know where it got misplaced. So unfortunately, my savage of the week is it's gonna be the oh god. I know, it's blanking. It's so hard. I had somebody. I swear to God, I had somebody, everybody. I apologize. My savage of the week is going to be the father of the bride to the wedding party that's in my hotel.
Yeah.
Because that guy is shelling out some bucks. The
I
entire
bet he
wedding
is,
party's
dude.
here. They got a BMW and an Audi for the wedding couple, all dressed up, nice and neat. It looked like a big affair. Everybody was wearing fancy clothes. Not the profile. They were Middle Eastern, most likely Indian.
Okay.
So not the profile, but those weddings are known for being big, very big,
And okay.
and
Yeah.
very expensive. So savage of the week goes out to the loving father.
Mad
Who
love,
I've
mad
not
respect.
spoken to at all.
If you want another reason to reconsider having kids, or leaving a good old fashioned little Debbie inside somebody.
Why did I think of that? God damn it!
You know what, Ty? I love you so much. You can use that if you need to. If you ever need to, but you gotta. Hey, when you steal my jokes, you gotta reference me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know I will. But goddamn, that's awesome. That slides in perfectly into a bit I have.
Yeah, please. Yeah, my good friend Chris Davis once said, or something like that. Anyways, my comedian partner, inspiration in all things. Greatest inspiration. Anyways, no, sorry. What was it? If you need a reason not to do that, to have kids, just remember, if you have a girl, you're on the hook for her wedding. So,
But
as
just
if
remember,
college
if you have
wasn't
a boy-
enough.
Just remember, if you have a boy, it's good times ahead.
Football, baseball, all this.
You're gonna have some medical bills up front, but at the end of the day, you'll have not paid for his wedding. You'll have not paid for a lot of the clothes. You save a lot on clothes. Dr. Evil, you're free to chime in here. I don't want to make this a one-sided argument against boys versus girls, but boys are historically cheaper. Am I wrong?
I mean, not if you fuck up like the boys in my family, because that's like some medical bills worth of fucking up.
You know what? And boys are
wedding
we
bills
suck.
worth of
We break
medical.
stuff. We break everything, and also we're dirty as shit. And we never, you're gonna have a nasty piss covered toilet seat for a couple of years. What are you fucking? What I mean?
Yeah. And guess what? Those are called learning opportunities. All right. Not every boy is handsome out there. They got to be handy. Okay. That's what my mother told me when I was young. So
Holy shit,
you gotta learn some skills and you've learned to fix some shit. All right. So yeah, they're gonna be a little expensive up front.
You are
A little expensive up front. But eventually, when Dad has arthritis and he can't fix the window, who do you call?
Ghostbusters.
That handy son of yours.
Ghost Adventures.
Eric Goodwin getting locked in a cellar for 2 consecutive hours.
I want to
That'll
also
fix all my problems.
also want to shout out two runner-ups for Savage of the Week, Joe DeRosa and Doug Stanhope. Okay. And
Okay. And the reasons why?
he's
Why?
like,
Why
the
do they
fuck?
deserve stand-up of the week over the man who just shelled out thousands of dollars for his daughter's wedding?
They're both breaking barriers in big ways, just like that guy.
Okay, excellent. What?
We're gonna we're gonna come back to this next week. Next
Okay,
week,
we're gonna come back to this next week.
after.
When? Oh, you got an inside look at something? Okay, never mind. I'll hold
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna get to see it too, and we'll have discussion then. Okay. I don't want to ruin anything for you. Does that make sense? I want you to have a better
it makes
time.
Perfect sense. I will tell the listener that the podcast that Dr. Evil hates and Chris listens to, Legion of Skanks, is holding their annual or biannual. I don't know how often they do it. Legion of Skanks Skankfest,
baby.
week.
Skankfest Vegas 2023. And I got to I paid it for the full access Mint Comedy. Got to watch it at the lake because we couldn't go to Vegas. It sucked shit. Anyways, good stuff. Great stuff. I want my friend Ty to get to see it first before we really discuss it next week because he's going to have some fun. Okay.
I do. There is one category of woman that everybody loves to mention, but nobody loves to talk to. Particularly among white people, and that is the sassy black woman. Now, I'm not saying anything about this category of woman, but if you want a sassy black woman comedian, Netflix, Lunel, I think it's Lunel, has a great special I just watched today. Made me laugh really hard. I would check it out. Just throwing that out there.
Hell yeah. We can always, and this is a great transition into comedy news real quick. We're doing stuff out of order today, and that's great because that's my bad. So
who cares?
Linnell, you said that was
We're
on.
getting it in.
What was the name of the special, and where can they watch it?
Netflix, Lunel. I want to make sure this. I swear there might be a V in there, and I'm pronouncing it wrong. So I'm just gonna pull it up real quick.
It's Lionel Richie. Play.
Do we have any other comedy news? As
I watched Giannis Pappas' Mom Love. That was
Mom
tremendous. I will say that I got to see it. I am glad I didn't watch the special before I saw him in person because there was a lot of stuff from that set in there. But
okay.
Again, glad I saw him first, right? That's tight.
Yeah.
And it was killer material. So, do recommend
Excellent.
it.
It's
I put him right there with Tim Dillon, and I feel like he's taken a lot from watching Tim Dillon's come up. Does that make sense?
Yes. I recently started listening to his
podcast, his
podcast, the Giannis Pappas Hour. He might have rebranded.
Yeah, it used to be Long Days with Giannis, and now it's the Giannis Pappas Hour, and I still enjoy the shit out of it.
It's more stuff. Current event-y. He chooses his topics just kind of like Tim, and it's fun. I like it. It's a good watch. Giannis is one of those I think has been lurking in the clubs for a while, and he's just now kind of breaking through. If that makes sense.
No, big time, and I hope all the best for him because I do very much enjoy him. So, check out Giannis Pappas' Mom Love. We also were watching a bit of Shane Gillis's special. I don't remember what the title of it was though.
Beautiful Dogs.
Live in Austin, I think.
Yeah, I think it might have just been a YouTube special, Live in Austin.
Yeah, Shane Gillis.
That's his
Beautiful
first
Dogs.
special.
That's
his first special. That's a fantastic special too. He talks about the Special Olympics, and other various topics. The lady of the name of the lady I was talking about earlier, Lunel, Lunel.
Lunel. Okay. See, you were on it. You were on it.
Yeah. I'm just making sure she's got some great airplane material, very relatable. She's got some street stuff, very relatable, but sassy all the way through. You gotta love her. It's Lunel. Give it a watch.
Okay. Dr. Evil looks like she might have a... You have something for us?
So, as this... Hot as of the day of recording, but a little bit cold as of the day this is dropping.
Yeah.
Page 6 reports that Pete Davidson sideswiped his SUV on this way out of a gig yesterday night.
Oh, yeah.
Oy. So yeah. Crashed
So
the side of his car after leaving a gig.
I didn't catch all. So Pete Davidson fought twice on his way out of something?
No, he sideswiped his car on like a wall.
Oh.
While he was leaving a venue. And so this is like 2 months after he got a reckless driving charge.
Maybe kid just can't drive. He's from New York. You know what I mean?
I mean, from what I hear in the rumors, his penis is a big problem, so.
Maybe he just saw a hot blonde. All the blood rushes down there. You can't blame a kid. He literally loses all the blood rush to his head. You know what I mean? It's just...
Exactly. Like, what can you do about it?
He's doing everything he can not to pass out behind the wheel.
He just realized that he was Kim Kardashian's rebound, and he's having to deal with that with his own rebound. We all get it. Here's a piece of news. Trevor Noah had to leave a sold-out show in India due to sound problems. The speakers weren't working. So that kind of kills a comedy show right there, you know? It sucks.
That does suck shit. And anytime like full on anything over like a theater, whenever an audience that paid that much money to see somebody doesn't get to see somebody, I always feel for that crowd. You know what I mean?
I mean, like,
it's not the rich people that I give a shit about. The rich people who lost their $250 seats. It's the kid or, poor person who saved to go see their favorite person and is going to get caught up and not get their money back for one reason or another. You know what I mean? Like, that's who I feel bad for.
It's the one night they could get off. It's,
Oh, yeah. They got a babysitter, and that's extra money. You know what I mean?
It's one of those, like, when you're out of the clubs, if you're in a theater, and some theaters, it might be possible to just yell it out there without a mic. But if you're in a sold-out arena, there's nothing you can do. There's no way that you can get a joke across 20,000 people without some sort of sound system.
Right.
Unless the building is acoustically perfect.
Right.
It's just that's just how the dice rolls. So like in a theater, some theaters, most clubs, you could just go without a mic. It's going to be
just
harsher on your voice.
Yeah, you're
it's
going
to
lose
suck
it afterwards.
But you can at least attempt to get something going,
Right.
Or it's just an hour of you yelling. But at least you tried.
Just like we did with this podcast. Am I right, baby? Am I right?
Yeah,
High
buddy.
five. High five. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I did yell a lot in this podcast. I apologize.
No, that's great. After last podcast, I'm glad that we kill it on the not talking over each other. We're great. Oh man, hold on. No. Fuck no. Not even thinking about it right now. I got confirmation on one show that I've been trying to get confirmation email on. And then
Okay.
I got a counter offer that I'm going to have to fucking talk about. God damn, why can't everything just be like yes, no, yes? It's like, think about these 5 things. Get back to me. Okay.
So you got to convene the round table of Forgiving Tree.
Yes.
And request the Knights of Camelot their opinion before you make an official judgment.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, I just announced the upcoming closest shows, but I've got a shit ton of stuff in the works for December and January, and that's what I mean by a stressful week last week. It's just been jockeying, trying to line. Last year we didn't have any winter shows lined up, if we'll remember, because I didn't do this.
Yeah.
Are you okay? You look like you just found.
No,
a snake.
I was just looking for something on the desk. Keep going.
You
keep
good?
going.
You look
Yeah,
like
I'm
something
good. I'm
was
good.
about to attack you from the right of.
Ignore the burglar in my room. Who cares? You keep going. I'm interested.
The burglar's keep going.
You're setting up a whole bunch of winter shows. I'm very interested in this because that's what I'm scared to do because I don't know my schedule more than a couple weeks out, annoyingly enough.
Right? No, and here's the deal. I started booking before I knew shows for my place of work, okay, before they were booked. So I'm doing all this booking. I go to a meeting last week for meeting week, and come to find out the shows that my job is putting on are on the same days as two of the shows that I booked. So you're right for not, being hesitant to, because you don't want to do that shit, right?
Well, it's
So
in your case, if I was you, I would tell your job to shove it. Because
no.
I know we've said you worked before, but it's rock and roll related. Who would they rather have on staff? An active rock and roll musician, a band that's out there doing it, that can tell their students the experience and everything, or just a guy that works at the place and teaches guitar.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're definitely happy to accommodate most often. I will say this though, that when I found out the dates or the date conflict, those dates had not been solidified yet on my end of the booking, right? So the confirmation wasn't there yet. So
okay.
I was able to move one by just a day and the other to a day. Oh, I guess I moved the second one to a week later, which was going to work out better for our drummer.
All right. So it worked out in the end, but it's just for me. It's how do I? I've been operating out of Tampa. The comedians in that scene know me very well,
right?
Or getting to know me very well, I should say.
Good.
And it's one of those a lot of the ones that I talk to, they're doing shows and it's all that, but I yet to ask them, and I'm scared to ask them, how do I get on these shows? Because I don't know where I'm going to be in the next month. You know what I mean? I do not want to book a show where they put out promo material with my name on it or anything like that.
That would look so bad. Yeah,
and then
I'm with you.
All of a sudden I have to be like, hey guys, I'm
not going to be
sorry.
there. I'm actually out of town.
I'm going to Australia. Somebody just broke their femur. I'm going to here. I don't want to do that to bookers, and I don't want to do it to fellow comedians. You know what I mean?
That just means the time to do it is not yet. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So
you're getting plenty of stage time on your own, and that's to be applauded. And it's a learning experience for you too as a self booker, right? So.
Yeah. I got a lot. I'm developing a lot on that. I actually have to, speaking of which, I got to start looking at the UK nowadays. Yeah,
this week.
Yeah.
Give you something else to do on some off hours, okay?
Yep.
If you're like, man, I need to stop spending money at these DC souvenir shops, bro. So
the patches are just from everywhere, man.
All right, why don't we wrap this sucker today, gang? It's been great, dude. I love getting to hang with you.
Let us know if you like the longer episodes, because we figured out the format, so the episodes have been getting longer. Please let us know your response. Send us a comment, all that shit.
Who cares? Do
follow.
you like the longer episodes?
I like the longer episodes.
I love the longer episodes. I had a fucking blast today.
We get to warm up a little bit, get juices
hang.
flowing. Exactly.
I liked having a guest too. I'll try to line some up on my end. But when you're back in Tampa, you said you're hanging out with comedians, you're making comedian friends. Bring one or two on for a show. You know what I mean? Even if
We'll
it's
see what I can do.
just at your hotel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're comedians. They've done sketchier shit. Right? You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Yeah.
And leave it as so no pressure as they want. If you want to come to a podcast, you so don't have to. Yeah, it's at my hotel. It's not great. You're welcome to. We'll have fun, but they'll think you're hitting on them. So watch out.
No, not the ones I talk to.
Okay, good.
They would be intrigued, I would say.
Oh, fun.
They wouldn't show up right off the bat. Don't worry. There would be more questions asked, but they would be intrigued enough to ask those questions.
Well, we have a motherfucking blast here. I know Doug had fun, and again, shout out to Doug and Luminal. Doug for coming on here and Luminal for rocking so hard. And
if possible, I'd like to see him when I roll through. I don't know if
we
that's
can probably
possible
make that
or not,
happen. I can probably hit him up early enough. So, everybody else, you have a tremendous week. We'll be back next week, man. We love you guys. Mad love and respect. And again, send in some emails. You can hit us at comedybycoincidence@gmail.com. We love you. Peace out.
More importantly, tell your fucking friends.